Do you think the Bible is historically accurate? Why don't you take a moment right now and share your thoughts on that with others? So, how can you know if the Bible is historically accurate? Well, we're going to look at one example of how you can know that. And this is from the Gospel of Luke in the New Testament in the Bible. Luke, the writer, says this: "Inasmuch as many have undertaken to compile a narrative of the things that have been accomplished among us, just as those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word have delivered them to us, it seemed good to me also, having followed all things closely for some time past, to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, that you may have certainty concerning the things that you have been taught." So we're going to look at these 4 verses and see what they teach us about the Bible being historically accurate. Verse number 1. "Inasmuch as many have undertaken to compile a narrative of the things that have been accomplished among us." In other words, Jesus Christ accomplished a lot. He taught a lot. He had tons of ministry that he did. And many people tried to write that story. And Luke's saying, just like many people have tried to write this story, I'm trying to write this story about all that Jesus accomplished, to give people an understanding of his life and his ministry. Verse 2, "Just as those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word, and they have delivered them to us." So these are eyewitnesses to the life and ministry of Jesus. They saw Jesus with their own eyes. They heard Jesus with their own ears. They saw the miracles that he did. They heard the teachings that he taught. And they were ministers. They were stewards. They were carefully teaching and passing on the words of Jesus Christ. Because the life of Jesus in his word was meant to be shared. It's meant to be delivered to others. Verse 3, "And so it seemed good to me also, having followed all things closely for some time past, to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus." And so what Luke does is Luke carefully interviews the eyewitnesses. If you look in the Gospel of Acts, or in the book of Acts, you see that Luke is traveling with those who were eyewitnesses to the life of Jesus Christ. And so he's interviewing them. He's asking them questions. He's getting good data. He's writing careful interviews to find out about the life and ministry of Jesus. And he decides he has a desire to write the story of Jesus also. And he does this for a specific person, and that person's name is Theophilus. Verse 4, "That you may have certainty concerning the things that you have been taught." So the whole purpose of him writing this letter was so that Theophilus would have certainty about Christ. So what was Luke's goal? What was Luke trying to do when he writes the Gospel of Luke? He wanted to write an orderly account that confirms the truth about Jesus with certainty for the reader, and now for you and for me. So I ask you, how can you know if the Bible is historically accurate?